As someone who will be purchasing an iPhone 14 Pro Max on launch day, I'm very excited to see what Apple's doing this year. So here are the latest rumors and news about the iPhone 14 lineup, and stay tuned for an iPhone 14 launch day unboxing video. According to Mark Gurman, Apple has already finished development of iOS 16 and it'll be ready to go live with the launch of the iPhone 14 maybe even earlier that week. This rumor was reported by Mac Rumours based on Mark Gurman's latest Power On article. The exact quote is as follows. The iOS 16 update, which Apple engineers finished work on this past week, is due to launch in September alongside watchOS 9. Those updates will correspond with the new hardware. The macOS Ventura and iPadOS upgrades, on the other hand, are now scheduled for October after Stage Manager related delays to the iPad software to match the new hardware lineup. This hopefully means that iOS 16 and the iPhone 14 will launch on September 7th, being in stores September 16th. And honestly, the sooner I can have one of these, the better, because my zoom camera on my XS Max is broken. So, let's go over some other iPhone news, in case you've missed the rest of them. So unfortunately, the worst part of the iPhone 14 is that the price is going up, but I personally believe that this is fair, because the iPhone prices haven't actually changed since the iPhone 10 came out back in 2017. Most of the changes this year are rumored to only be coming to the Pros, including the A16 chip. My theory is that to improve performance of the non-Pro iPhones, Apple is only going to increase the cooling, which will allow them to clock up the existing A15 chip in the non-Pro iPhones. Then the Pro iPhones will get this new cooling and a new chip. The ProMotion display is still rumored to only be sticking to the Pros, which makes sense because in the past, only the Pro devices have had ProMotion displays. The MacBook Pros, the iPad Pros, and the iPhone Pros. Now on the Pro iPhones, we're also rumored to get a pill-shaped cutout instead of a notch. Now honestly, I really couldn't care less about this, but it gets uniform bezels around the top and sides, which I think looks pretty cool. It's not functional, but cool. Now the pill-shaped cutout is rumored to be in the shape of an eye, and if Apple doesn't use this as the letter I in the marketing pictures for iPhone, I will be severely disappointed. I actually think it doesn't look that bad, and it's a nice way for them to continue to separate themselves from existing Android phones with a hole punch cutout. So let's go over the full iPhone 14 lineup. At the base model, Apple's going to be scrapping the Mini due to poor sales and replacing it with a higher end but not Pro iPhone 14 Max. This will be the first time that the non-higher end or Pro phone gets a bigger screen size, which I believe is going to sell like hotcakes. The iPhone 14 standard is still going to be a thing. Then if you step along to the Pros, you're going to get the Pro and Pro Max, just like this year. So in total, iPhone 14, iPhone 14 Max, iPhone 14 Pro, and iPhone 14 Pro Max. Now some reports have said that the iPhone 14 Pros are going to get titanium. If this happens, I'll be quite happy, but I don't personally expect it to happen. Titanium is lighter than stainless steel, which will fix a lot of people's problem with the existing 13 Pro and Pro Max. They're just too heavy. But I would personally take a heavy iPhone over an aluminium iPhone because I've never seen a stainless steel iPhone with a dented port, but I've seen many aluminium phones, or whether they're from Apple or Samsung or anyone, with dented ports. Even my MacBook has dented USB-C ports. So the increased strength of titanium and the lightness compared to stainless steel will be perfect. I just don't expect it to happen. Unfortunately, they're still keeping around the lightning port for some reason, like, just move on. The iPhone 13 Pro camera was absolutely incredible, with the best video performance of any phone in existence. So, what do they have in store for the 14? The 14 standard is going to keep mostly the same camera hardware, but obviously it's going to have some kind of software improvements, because Apple wouldn't just leave it the same. Oh wait, they did the XS. Looks like the 14's not getting any improvements. But the Pro, on the other hand, that's getting a ton of improvements. I doubt this is going to happen, but some people have reported 8K video recording. I don't see the point because resolution does not matter. Most films in the past decade have been shot on Arri Alexa, and that shoots at like 1080p. But marketing. So 8K video might be coming, but their video is already best in class. So what about photos? Apparently, the Pros are getting a 48 megapixel sensor. Again, I doubt this, but it is time for a megapixel upgrade. The iPhone sensor hasn't changed its megapixel count from 12 since the iPhone 6S. That selfie camera really needs an upgrade though. Apple in the selfie department have fallen way behind other brands. I don't personally use the selfie camera, but I've had multiple people complain to me that the selfie camera is terrible on the 13 Pros. On a phone that costs that much money, it's unacceptable at this point. Supposedly, Apple is working on a car crash detection feature, which will be very useful, although I hope no one ever has to use it. It will be good to have if you do need it. I just doubt that it's coming to the 14. One thing I do expect to happen though is Wi-Fi 6E. I feel like it's time that iPhones get Wi-Fi 6E. Some reports have stated that the iPhone 14 will not feature a physical SIM slot. This sounds like a very stupid idea, because so many people don't know how eSIM works still. And I get that it's the same sort of thing as removing the headphone jack, where it'll force people to use wireless headphones and move the industry forward. But if it makes it so you can't use two SIMs, that means I'll instantly not be able to buy an iPhone 14, because I need two SIMs in my iPhone. And I'm pretty sure that's all the rumors. I'd like to thank Mac Rumours for giving out all this information for free and compiling it into one place where it's easy to find. I will leave a link to their iPhone 14 rumors roundup in the description for you to read at your leisure. Thanks for watching this video. Get subscribed so you don't miss my upcoming video on whether the Apple ecosystem is worth it in 2022, and my launch day coverage of the iPhone 14 Pro Max. I already have some great B-roll ideas for the intro for the iPhone 14 Pro Max video, and you do not want to miss that B-roll.